In today's video, we're going to be making a super cute and super simple notepad. This idea is inspired by Clarty Hands, so thank you very much to her, and I will link her channel below. I will give you a quick look through my prototype that I have out here. I've made a little closure to keep the notebook closed. That slips off. We have our pages here for note taking, and we have a really handy pocket at the back. So today I'm going to show you how to make one. It's really easy to make the little notepad. All you need is a piece of paper and either a ruler or a cutting board to make your cuts in your paper. So the first thing to do is fold your paper lengthways in half. Once you've done that, get your ruler or whatever it is you're using and just separate them. We're going to put one half to one side for the moment, and we're going to use the other half to make the cover of the booklet. The next thing we're going to do is a little bit of marking and scoring. You can either use a scoreboard or you can use a ruler and a pencil, put a little mark where you need to measure, and then fold where that mark is. So we're going to score at 3, 6, and 9. Now that we've scored, we can fold our booklet in. The next step is to make our back pocket, and all we do for that is to get the right hand side and fold it down to meet this crease. That will then fold in like that. So we need to stick this down. Once this flap is all nicely stuck down, we can then just get our tacky glue or our wet glue and put some along here and along here. And fold and stick that down into place. Just making sure that we line it up with the edge and that we remove any of the excess glue. With our remaining paper, we're going to fold in half separate each half, then we're going to fold those over, and these will be our pages. Now that we have the base all ready to go, we can go about decorating our booklet. To decorate my notepad, I have cut up some bits of paper to various sizes. And a good tip is to number them so you know where you're going to be putting each bit of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and stick all my bits of paper down. Once you have all your bits of paper stuck down, we now need to add the pages. Now there's different ways that you could do this. You could glue them in. I'm going to staple them just into this crease here. So I've got my bits of paper. I'm going to make sure that they're nicely lined up into that gap. I'm going to turn it over, and I found that 3 staples is best. So 1, 2, 3. And there our paper is stapled into our booklet. Now, at this point, you might want to just get a bone folder and just go along the creases to make sure it opens nice. Then this folds in like this, and this one folds over the top. To make the closure, I'm going to use a strip of paper which is long enough to fit around the notebook. I've just backed it on some card and lightly inked it to give it a little bit of strength. You're also going to need a hole punch, some hole reinforcers if you wish, and something to use as a tie. So all I'm going to do is lay that down, and I'm going to fold it like this, and I've left a little bit of a gap because I like the look of that. And all I'm going to do is punch a hole in either side. Now, I do have my single hole puncher out, but what I'm actually going to do is use this. This is my crop-a-dial, and it just makes a slightly smaller hole. So if you don't have one of these, just use a single hole punch. I just prefer the look of this, the slightly smaller one. Now, my glue's still wet as well, so it's also an idea to make sure it's fully dried, and then your hole will be a nice smooth cut. So we're going to wrap that round like that. Just going to add the hole reinforcers. Like so, and if it's a little bit long, you can just fold it over. The same on the other side. Fold that over. Then get our tie. And we can tie that up. Like that. So let's have a look at our completed booklet. So we can slip this off, open it up. We've got our pages for journaling or for making notes, and we've got our little pocket at the back. I think it's really pretty, really cute. It's a really handy size to fit inside a journal or even inside your handbag as a little notebook. There are variations that you could do. One way that I varied the notebook is to use fabric as my closure, and I've just put some grommets in there. And instead of using it as a notepad, I've actually added pockets to each page so I can store some journaling cards and some tags ready to go. And I've also put some blank paper in there and in this back bit as well. So that's another way that this could be used. And instead of putting in these bits as the pages, you could just also add those in to your pockets. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you then.